Hello everybody, welcome to Fast Travel, the show where we hop on the metaphorical GDQ RV and head over the borders to visit the sights, sounds, and of course, speedruns from across this glorious speedrunning world. If you joined us only last week, we were in France. Had a wonderful time with Claire Obscura, with Light Matter. It was a great time. But unfortunately, once we were done, the plane needed some repairs. So we needed to hop back on over the Atlantic. And whilst the plane's in the shop, these are all metaphors. This doesn't mean anything. I'm just making this up. We hopped in the RV and thought, let's go for a little trip just to the north, just over to the border, and see some friends from the US's loveliest neighbor, Canada. So yes, today we are in Canada. We have got 3 Canadian speedrunners running 3 games all associated with Canada or linked to Canada. Not all necessarily developed in Canada. But our first one is a great example of that. So let's get that first one going. We have Canuck, who is going to be running Scott Pilgrim versus the World, the game. So, Canuck, welcome to Fast Travel.
How is it going? How's everyone doing, eh? Figured I'd pop that little bit in there for you guys. I don't think this has been such a minute since I've been here doing this, and I'm really excited to do it all over again. And it's been an interesting adventure de-rusting on this one. So I hope you guys are in for the fun that this run is. So. But yeah, there's I guess at this point there was supposed to be a friend of mine helping me out with some commentary here, so I'm going to be kind of running through the entire processes of what's going on in each stage as it happens. So I'll be rather silent for some of the stages that we're going through here, just because as the stages go on, things get a little more complicated, things get a little more crazy. So, I guess we should get going on this, shouldn't we?
Whenever you are ready.
Alrighty, I guess I got to restart it all, and I guess is there a countdown going in here?
I can give you one if you'd like one.
It doesn't matter to me. I guess let's do that.
All right, then in that case, let's kick off our first Canadian speedrun with 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Alrighty. So if anyone remembers this game when it first came out, they remember that it was extremely difficult. However, if I don't mess this up, you don't really have to deal with the stage much anymore. There we go. Oh, there we go. It's really tough to remember all the hand positions of everything going on here. So essentially what's happening right now is I'm currently out of bounds and navigating the stage with a block roll. And what that's doing is basically going to put me right near the end of the stage, or actually right to the end of the stage, I think. There we go. And it's going to go down, up, and there we go. And through the door. There we go. There's stage 1. That's it.
What? Okay. that was the stage.
That was the stage. Hopefully you guys didn't miss it. Yeah, it's Paul and Benja, when this game came out, they were doing a lot of the work on the out of bounds stuff. And they used to do it from a certain point in the stage, and Paul was like, hold on, I got a better idea. And he just started it from the beginning, realizing that you can actually just go through the entire stage without actually having to actually do it. So here's the first boss. Hopefully I don't. There we go. That's stage 1. Grab the money. Let's see. Oh, I missed that. That's okay. Really? And there you go. And that's stage 1. So a lot of this run uses a lot of the out of bounds mechanics for a lot of different reasons. The game, for some reason, just has the entire stage loaded. And by going out of bounds, you could navigate every single stage in doing so. But like I said at the beginning, the stages are going to start to get a little more complicated with some of the out of bounds that happen, because there's different things that you have to sort of navigate against. Like this one, for example, I have to pick up a key while I'm out of bounds, and hopefully it doesn't mess up, because this one was actually giving me a lot of problems in practice. So I'm kind of hoping it works. Oh, I think I did it. It's been so long. Oh. Did I go over a little bit too much? I think I did. Maybe. I'm waiting for the health to go down, because that means I fell in a hole. And that hasn't happened yet, so unless I go backwards. Oh, okay, well, there I am. So I'm going to restart this stage, because this is, again, Scott Pilgrim at its finest. So there's a hole that you can fall into where the key is, and that's the trigger that I'm looking for right now. And I'm hoping I can get it better this time. There we go. And we grab the key. And we should be through the gate right now. There we go. Ta-da!
Oh, this is brilliant.
It's gonna get really weird soon, I promise. There was actually, at one point, so Ramona has this really interesting ability to just yoink a weapon out of her bag, but it's only based on the weapons that are in the stage. And if you remember at the beginning, Luke kind of went by on a skateboard. She can actually pull the skateboard out of her bag, and me and a couple runners were trying this thing where we were trying to see if we could pull the skateboard out of her bag and use it to have like a platform trigger that essentially skips you having to sit there and wait. Whoops. Essentially having to sit there and wait for the cutscene to skip through, but yeah, it was. Okay. Man. Okay. Now we're good. Okay. So yeah, so there was some, like the whole triggering process in this game will I'll be able to go into a little bit more detail about it. It gets yeah, we'll just wait. You'll see. You'll see. It gets really funny. So 2 enemies come out here. And that should, uh-oh, that didn't put me in hyper. That's okay. So that's stage 2. There isn't too much in terms of skipping in this stage. It's more as the out of bounds just kind of help progress the stage faster. Nope. Nah, I didn't get the quick kill. That's okay. So that's stage 2. I'm going to see if I can pull out the skateboard. There we go. Yay. Stage 2. Woo! We made it through another one. So,
Congrats.
So this next stage is it's actually the longest stage in the game. But thanks to myself and Paul, we kind of accidentally discovered strats by watching each other. And we kind of just don't really do the stage fully anymore, if that makes sense. And this is where the glitches start to get really, really weird. So if anyone remembers the stage, or stage 3, not the club, I guess you could call it, Leo's place, I think it is. It's basically beat 'em up heaven. You come in here and you have to like take out swarms and swarms and swarms. Unless you're a speedrunner, then you don't have time to do that kind of stuff. So what do? We just skip to the shop. Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. So those two enemies being stuck on the pole is extremely important. And the reason for it is they're a trigger for another wave of enemies to come in. But we don't want them. So them getting stuck on the pole, they don't really know what to do anymore. So them being there is a good thing. Man, my punches are just not landing today. And
Chat is absolute.
There we go. And the security guards are out. And there you go. That's stage 3. However,
Chat is absolutely digging the music. And I am completely with them. This is amazing.
Music in this game is amazing. So what you guys are about to witness is a cutscene skip. So I'm not technically supposed... Uh-oh. Oh, no. Maybe I can do it from here. I think I just screwed this up because of the drum going yeah. Okay, well, I have to do this fight normally now. That sucks. That floor tom was supposed to land in a better spot and it didn't, so. But I don't feel like killing Lynette, so I'm gonna go after Envy instead. And hey, we get to hear my favorite song out of this too, so that's kind of cool. So what was supposed to happen there is you climb up on the stage and you basically punch the, you essentially punch the drum and it lands right in front of you and you jump on it. And what I figured out was faster is you can basically go in there, knock down Envy and finish the fight way faster because she only takes, I think it's one knockdown and 2 ground pounds and that's it. And it's supposed to go that way, but you know. Speedrunning, am I right? If there's no problems, is it really a speedrun? All right. There's also, I don't know if I'll have time at the end of this to show it off, if that's a thing, but Kim can actually kill Todd in this screen by means of using her special ability, and it gets really weird. If I can't show it, if you go check SRC for the run that I did for Kim, I got the quick kill and it's now officialized and it's a thing now, so. There you go. Stage 3 is complete. I apologize for anyone that likes the music in this game. I know a lot of people really like the restaurant music. I think it's called Yaki Ma, I want to say the song is, or Yaki Ya. So if you like that song, I'm sorry. It kind of gets skipped. So this stage, the next stage coming up doesn't really have anything too particular. It's mostly just I guess playing the game normally for a little bit. So, but nothing like seeing a TTC bus getting cut in half, so. And early hyper, or as the game calls it, in the zone. The veggie was too powerful for people in there quoting Scott Pilgrim. This is great. Bread makes you fat. What? Nope, that's not that.
It's becoming very apparent that we have a lot of Scott Pilgrim fans in the chat.
It is one of those series that everyone you don't hate it, and when you don't know about it, you get mad that you didn't know about it sooner.
I love the film and the anime they did. Was it last year?
Oh yeah, the anime is amazing.
Scott Pilgrim Takes Off was so good.
It's the what happens if everything doesn't happen series. You know what? He just left, jumps through the window. That part was really good. Apparently they did that it took them a couple of takes to do that. Can I get it here? Damn it, Richard. All right, so now
Chat,
we're going to be introduced to ninjas and a very aggressive enemy. Never mind.
Chat, I can definitely tell you we are not going to get tired of you quoting your favorite Scott Pilgrim quotes in the chat.
Even when we're done with Scott Pilgrim, continue quoting Scott Pilgrim. Let's see if I can do this. Oh, did I get it? Yeah. Oh, no, I didn't. Dang it. All right, so the restaurant. One heck of a skip incoming. Oh, I did get it. Oh. Ooh. All right, and we're off. So this is an interesting one because now we're going to be using doors to get through, and I'm hoping I get it because this is a notorious stage for having kind of an interesting sort of input, if you may. So the balls are going to be coming out. Yep, there they are. And there we go. Bye, restaurant. It was fun while it lasted. And then we have this outdoor part that I still don't know what it's called. The garden, I guess. But we're going to skip that too, because why not? There we go. We're on to Roxy. Woo! There we go. So that was stage 4 and all of its fun. But now we're getting into the latter half of the run. I think later half of the run, not latter half. Where things are going to start to get really weird. So, brace. No images? Oh, okay, yeah, I would get this. This is a 10-second time loss. And for the sake of the stream and the sake of everybody loving Scott Pilgrim, I will leave the cat alone. That's Ramona's cat, Gideon, if anyone knows. Launchpad McQuack. All right, so stage 5. I'm going to be showing you guys, hopefully, a rebound kill. This game, for some reason, you'll notice with some of the enemies in the way that they're placed in, like when they get hit, they'll get launched and start bouncing between walls. You can turn Ramona or any character into a human bullet. All right. We didn't need to do that stage either. So what happens is there's when something big makes contact with a character in this game, it will send them flying. However, if you dash at the exact moment that you get hit, you in turn become the human bullet, which I'm hoping will show I'll be able to get, because it's one of the tougher kills to do in the game, in my opinion. It's part of the reason why I still don't have okay, you know what? I'm going to try and do this with a hockey stick. That's a baseball. There we go. What more Canadian than to fight with a hockey stick?
We have gone into Canadian overload right now.
It's all on the hockey stick. Not that we're in Toronto or anything, but... There we go. Alrighty. It's now into the second mini boss. Mini boss? Big boss? Would you call it mini boss? Feels... So there's 3 scenes skipped, and hopefully I get the stairs. So funny enough, if you walk fast enough, none of those enemies actually spawn, even though they're spawned. Their AI doesn't know what to do with you because you're going a little too fast for them. So they're like, okay, well, they're not registered. So let's see if I get this. close. So I have to be careful because they'll fly away if too much damage happens to them. There we go. Done. So she becomes a human bullet. When you rebound, when you take the initial hit of the rebound, the game's like, okay, this person's going to do a lot of damage. And the second hit causes a boatload of damage. I've also broken the music for this stage. So again, to people that are enjoying the soundtrack of this game, I apologize. I really do. But at least you get to hear all the sounds, right? That's kind of cool. Me getting my butt kicked.
I do appreciate those snake sound effects. They sound pretty. They're
cool. Absolutely. But have you enjoyed the sound of rolling balls? Sorry, I don't know what to call them.
It's a sound. I'm not sure whether enjoy is the right word, but it's a sound.
Well, it's okay because once the boss fight starts, there's a quick kill for this boss that sets the music all off, and it gets weird. Any day now. There we go. Actually, I may be going fast, but I'm getting my butt kicked still. Is that hyper? No. Okay. So by putting Ramona into the hyper state here, you can actually move like this. So, who needs a boss fight when you can just start it before it even gets introduced?
No, wait, what? No.
There you go. Fight's over before it even started. Now get ready for the hijinks here, because this is great. This is like my favorite part here. Now they just beat each other up.
This gets better and better.
Just wait for the music. It's my favorite part.
Oh.
Okay, so now this is I was explaining this to you before, so I am going to have to explain what's going on in this stage because I might have to do it over again. So stage 6 is arguably the hardest stage in the speed run as a whole. And there are dogs, bullies, birds, wolverines, more dogs, and zombies. And we're basically going to be using enemies from different screens to trigger other screens, if that makes sense. So essentially, in beat 'em up games, when you finish a screen, you get to go. But what if I told you that I get what's called a mobile go screen or a mobile trigger? I'm going to try to do this on my first try, and I apologize if I have to redo it. This stage is, even for me, is extremely difficult. So I'm going to go silent while you guys enjoy the mess that this is about to turn into.
Come on, chat. Let's give Ken all of our Scott Pilgrim hyper energy. Oh.
Oh, no way.
Oh, that is a body
That's
pile.
not a good thing to have happen, but it's not terrible. So these birds that are chasing me around right now are vital to the progression of this stage, and they respawn endlessly. which is good because we need them for everything else. So they're the kind of enemy that will follow you no matter where your position is. So if I'm up here, the birds are up here. If I go down, the birds go down. It's awkward because I'm trying not to kill them whilst trying to kill stuff. I just killed one bird, so we're good. Oh, we're good. Okay, cool. Okay, so that bird can't die. That bird was supposed to die 3 or 4 screens ago, but we're not going to let him die because that's not what we do here. But he's going to die automatically when he shows up on the dog screen, which is kind of funny. So there's the bird, and he's going to come back and die. There's one trigger. Aww. I'm trying to carry these dogs with me because these dogs are going to be the trigger for the next screen. But they like to not move where I want them to. Did I kill the other dog? You know what? I'm going to assume I did. There's one more. There he is. Come on. Okay, he's facing this way. Well, we're done. Cool. That dog's dead. And there's one missing, I think. Yeah, I think I launched one too far the other way. So this is what I'm talking about when it comes to the convoluting. I got dogged. Okay, we're gonna do it again. Because it honestly, it's so much faster to just restart the whole stage and do it all over again. I'm just gonna heal up because I need the health. I'm running a little low here. So yeah, so the hardest part about that stage is balancing out what enemies are on the screen and which ones need to come with you. And those dogs have the infamous AI to, I'm just going to do whatever I want. I don't care what you're doing. And they're super important to that screen where the bird dies because they're carried to the next screen. So when all 4 of them die, then you're now one trigger ahead of the game. But the game doesn't know what the heck you're doing. So you're just kind of like, okay, this is what I'm doing. And you're like, okay, cool. Oh. Can I get it with them here? Yeah. All right, cool. I do apologize for restarting the stages.
You do what you got to do.
Okay, take 2. But now I can talk a little bit more freely because it's mostly... So these dogs that appear and the bully that appear, they're actually from the second screen. And the Wolverines that show up are still from a screen that I have no idea where they belong. They just kind of appear. Because again, I don't think the game really knows what's going on anymore. It's just kind of like, well, this is happening, so we're just going to accept it. So I really hope it works this time because it's really cool when you get to see the zombie in full effect. So there we go. Okay. Take 2.
You got this.
Oh, God. If the Wolverines would leave me alone. Okay. So much abuse. All right, here we go. Take 2. This time with more dogs being on the right screens. Go that way. No, come this way. See what I mean? Oh my God. This is just the worst I've ever seen their AI. Oh, there we go. Oh, we got 1. We got 2.
Oh.
Okay, the hell with that one. Oh. There we go. He's turned now. There we go. Bonus. Come on. Come on. No. Okay, he's moving. He's moving. There. Okay. Now we're done. Jeez. Okay. So there we go. So now we take this guy and we have the mobile trigger. Wait for the other guy to show up. And we knock him down, pick him up, and then instead of fighting all the zombies, we just bring him in a hole and voila. There you go. Now, in the real world, that would have all been quick. But, you know. Okay. Being a little saucy on the strats right now. There we go. That's stage 6. So now we can go back and collect the money of everything that didn't die properly. Or just run through the whole stage again backwards. So yeah, that is arguably one of the hardest stages to get perfect. And like it feels like it's one in a million. I know Paul figured something out with the Wolverines, but him and I were so close to the end of our burnout with the game that we were like, we both put our records in. We're like 16, I think it's like 16 seconds apart from each other. But like, there's only so many times you can run a game before you're like, ah. But now, the infamous skip that I discovered. So, the final stage is comprised of 3 stages, with one stage being the elevator. When they made the complete edition, they forgot to leave a few things out like they should have. So instead of doing the elevator, we found out that you could go all the way up and go right into Gideon's room, but you would soft lock. But then a runner by the name of Ouija Spider and Bylair and myself were sitting down one night for about 3 hours, and we're like, whoa, Gideon's room is right below the elevator. So what do? We run against this wall, go up, come down, go down for, I don't know, some estimated amount of time. And then you double jump up and, oh, look, it's room. There you go. That was the 2.5 minute time save that got this game under 30 minutes. And that's where everyone really started putting their time into this. And now we're going to put him up against the wall and bully him, hopefully. It might work. If the well, maybe? No. Well, I'm not going to get the really cool kill where you can just punch him against the wall, but that's okay. There's a really particular set. Oh, there we go. Okay, now we can hold him. Sucks to get bullied. And there you go. So now you've got elevator music and Gideon boss music, and now going into his chest, because why not? So yeah, so now the second part. So there was a couple of people who worked on this and tried to perfect it, because with the different characters that are in this game, they all have different strength values, and those strength values affect how much damage a person can do with a weapon. Negascott, for example, maxed out with maxed out strength or stats in general, every swing of a weapon hits for 53, so it takes 5 hits to get phase 1 of this fight done. It takes 6 hits for Ramona. However, when you dash and do damage with something, you actually do increased damage. So it's actually 5 hits for Ramona as well, because of the initial dashing that you do, which I will show here, I hope. So is she 38? You run, it should be 91. Yep. There we go. That's the fight. All while finishing a coffee.
Smooth.
Yeah. So now this is the final stage and the final the final skip of the night, which skips the entire stage, which I will be the first to admit I still haven't perfected. But if I get an opportunity to, Bylair and I found that the shop is actually right above the first screen, but it soft locks the game. So we haven't been able to do much with it since then. So now let's run this way, and I should be able to jump. I should take another point of damage at some point. Nope, we'll just go up. There we go. So this is one of the first stages that has blocks. Not blocks, but I guess pathways that can block Ramona. And I've never really counted out how many rolls to do or what or how to do things. I just kind of assume I know where I'm at in the stage and kind of put my hands together and pray. I should be going into the shop shortly here if I did everything right. The shop that's right near this second last screen of the game. And if I don't, then I basically jump to try to break any of the turrets that block the way. Let's see, it's one of those weird... Sometimes you just nail it first try, and sometimes you just got to sit here and wait till your hand falls off. Oh, never mind. We're doing old skips here. I just skipped right to the end of the game. So never mind. We just skipped the whole stage. We're doing the old school strats. The faster strat is to go into the shop, come out, and then go into here so you don't have all the enemies in the stage in the same room as you. So there you go, folks. Welcome to the old strat of the game. So now you're fighting the entire stage plus the boss. Actually, you know what? I'm kind of happy I did this. It's been a while since I've done this. Yeah, it gets a little crazy in here. You know, it's part of the game. Absolutely nothing to see here, folks. Nothing to see here. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, you know, we're doing this. We're here. I'm trying to find Ramona half the time right now. I don't know what I just did there, but cool, we did it. Wonder if I can counter any of this stuff. I wish I could find some of the old runs where all of us would be struggling on this. Oh. Okay, can we finally have some like fight time? That'd be great. All the enemies that would trigger the normal screens are still triggering them. Oh man, this is good. There, now we can have some fight time. Yeah, sometimes just countering Gideon is just far more fun and it hits way harder. And it'll be time after he goes down. Right when he explodes. There we go. So it's almost done. Not time yet. So yeah, you guys got to see the old school skip of this game. That was actually, I haven't done that in so long. Man, it's been years. I'm sorry I ran a little over there. But time will be the moment he explodes. However, I'm going to do it with a brick. Oh.
I'm assuming these enemies aren't.
Oh, never mind. They killed him for me. Time. There's the stage in case you guys missed it. I'm above it apparently now. There we go. There we go. Just leave. Cool. There you go, folks. That's Scott Pilgrim versus the World, the game, the complete edition. Surprisingly, if you still want to learn this, I am super happy to teach anyone that wants to learn it. This game's got some... Oh, I think I broke the ending, too. Okay, now we're good. Now we're out of glitch land. Okay, we're good. So there you go. That's the game. And all of its craziness.
This has been amazing. Canuck, tell everyone like where can we find you? What kind of things are you up to at the moment?
Well, surprisingly, I've actually had to take a little bit of a break from streaming. You guys can find me at twitch.tv/Canuck, KENUCK. I have been speedrunning Parasite Eve a lot recently. But again, I've had to take a bit of a break because we've had a loss in my family and things have been really crazy the last probably few months or so. But I do plan to get back into this because apparently this sparked my love for this again. So I don't know, you'll catch me running it there and running a whole bunch of other different things. So, and yeah, also that thanks for I just seen it with sausage in there. There's a ton of side categories, category extensions, main run categories, co-op runs, boss rush, everything. There is a ton. I know people see a beat 'em up game and they're like, what could I possibly do with speedrunning this? We made that possible. We even made a category called Heck Percent, where you punch an enemy and fall in a hole and go to the next level and do the same thing. That's a category, because why not? So yeah, that's where you'll find me, and that's more than likely where I'm going to be. I think I'm going to be starting this up. Actually, Scott Pilgrim EX is coming out next year, so you'll definitely be finding me there. I'll be all over that.
Oh, fantastic! Well, thank you so much for bringing this in and giving us our first run of our Canadian episode.
Absolutely, thank you so much for having me.
You are more than welcome, as this has just been an absolute blast.
Absolutely.
Chat, please give it up for Ken. Make sure that you click on them in chat. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to this Canadian episode of Fast Travel, where we are visiting the sights, sounds, and of course, speedruns from Canada. We just had an amazing Scott Pilgrim versus the World speedrun by Canuck. It was just so weird, wonderful seeing like Out of Bounds and all of the crazy stuff that happened in that game. It was amazing. If you missed it, don't forget that you can catch up on that and all of our Hotfix shows, Fast Travel, every other show, over on our YouTube channel. So just head over to youtube.com/GamesDoneQuick. And of course, if you're watching this on YouTube now, make sure you give us a like, hit that subscribe button, and of course, turn on notifications so you stay up to date with all of the videos that come out from GDQ. So normally, when we start an episode of Fast Travel, I like to talk about some of the local speedrunning marathons that happen in the country that we go to. And I deliberately avoided that for the start of today's episode because one of the major marathons that takes place that's organized by Canadians is called Preventathon. And Preventathon is actually a team that I'm a member of. I'm a staff member for Preventathon as well. And it now gives me great pleasure to introduce our next runner, who not only is Canadian, not only is a good friend, but is also the head of Preventathon. This is Selkuth Mind running Cook, Serve, Delicious. Hey, Sel, how are you doing?
Hi, Nick. I am so honored to have Preventathon called a major Canadian event. Yes, hello. I am Selkuth Mind Yourself for short. Normally, I am a VTuber. Today, I am a keyboard because Cook, Serve, Delicious, if you don't know, is a typing game. A game where we're going to serve food, cook food, using only the keyboard. But before I get into that, I would like to give my sous chef a chance to introduce himself quickly.
Hello, my name is Kurtas KRT, but you can call me Curry for short. And while we might not be serving curry today, we'll be serving a whole lot of other dishes. Fun fact, I've never played Cook Serve Delicious before, but I am helping Sel prep all of these dishes for her. So I'll be relaying information as best as I can.
That'll be great. And you know, we couldn't have a restaurant without a food critic, so my other commentator.
Hello, everybody. My name is Dangerous. I am going to be the food critic for this evening. I have played Cook Serve Delicious too, and eventually I got so far in the game that I had to open Cheat Engine and play it at half speed, because otherwise I would start crying.
Well, then you're going to be in for a time with this run, because this is a category I created called Extreme Difficulty Showcase, where, as you can see, I'm going to play in extreme difficulty. So this means I have extra buzz, I get starting money, all of my food starts unlocked. I start with 6 prep stations instead of 4. Just mass chaos right from the start is going to occur. It says, do not choose this mode. I'm sorry, devs, I'm going to choose this mode. So anyways, the goal is going to be to serve 1,000 customers and then get to the end of the day in which I've served the 1,000th customer. Welcome to creating your own categories. You can make the rules. So anyways, time will begin upon me clicking continue. So in 3, 2, 1, cook. All right, so we're going to pick the career menu, and I need to buy some foods. We're going to buy specifically the salad. We are going to buy the ice cream. We are going to buy the fish. We are going to buy the steak. And I'm going to go to specialty foods and purchase the coffee. And now that I've done that, we need to build an active menu. I'm going to almost always, have salad, ice cream, and coffee on. And I'm going to put the fish on as well, because the fish is very fast. And now we start the day.
Yes, chef. Oh, wait, are we recording out there yet?
All right. So as you can see, an order comes in. I have to select the order off to the side with the correct number. And that's the same number I use to serve it for things that need to be cooked. So fish and steak. You'll also see if I'll let the next order sit for a second. In extreme difficulty, they have no patience. As you can see, that order is starting to disappear. That means the customer is running out of patience. In extreme difficulty, they lose patience immediately, unlike in regular mode. So this can get really spicy really fast. Also, there's chores. Hopefully, chores go okay. Chores can be a little scary. Anyways, Curry, do you want to attempt to explain buzz for people?
Buzz. Buzz is a meter of literally how much buzz your restaurant is generating. The more buzz you have, the more people want to visit your restaurant, and the more orders and people will pile into your restaurant. You need to serve them ever quicker and quicker. Preparing dishes faster and accurately gives you more buzz. Messing them up or dropping some dishes will lower your buzz. So getting more buzz makes you move faster. But like rush hour right here, we have lots of patrons coming in. Yeah, so this is rush hour right now. So Cell needs to lock in and serve everyone who's here during the literal lunch rush. It is noon. It is time to cook and serve.
Sprinkles, 3, 6. They got some cheese that they didn't want. That's fine. I don't even know what I served them there, because I meant to pick up the mousetrap. Anyways, that was a bad order. They get really angry when you mess up their order badly enough. Except for steak. If you have even a single imperfection with steak, then they get really angry. But that's okay. It's only a single... Oh, was that accidental sushi?
I think that was accidental sushi.
Hey! Oh, okay. I need to lock in.
So, accidental sushi is when you send out fish before it's fully cooked. Accidental sushi.
Yeah. Because everyone wants their fish partially cooked, right?
No.
No. Oh dear, the food critic is tough to
me.
please.
I am a bit of a snoot when it comes to food.
Ooh. All right.
Oh. Anyways, I can breathe again.
Yeah.
How are we all
one
doing?
at a time now.
How are we all doing after that rush hour?
I'm good. See, I would have done that on with Cheat Engine open and the game running at half speed, and I still would have made more mistakes than you did.
This is only 85% buzz too. Just wait till tomorrow and we have hopefully about 130% buzz.
That's not how percentages work.
If I get really lucky, if I do really well, I might hit as high as 190% buzz in this run. We'll see.
Wow. Okay.
We'll see.
Okay. So you can see in the top corner of the order what number order I'm on. So this is order 63. I need to get 1,000 of those. Oh, hey, it's the give a thumbs up to a customer's picture, which adds buzz. Those like to appear during rush hours, and it's really terrifying.
It's just giving a thumbs up. What's terrifying about that?
It adds 5% buzz during rush hours, which are already busy, which is also usually on days when I already have 130 plus buzz.
Nah, that just means you're doing an excellent job, chef, and running your restaurants.
I'm doing my best. We are going to hit another rush hour here in just a moment. Thank goodness trash came before rush hour. Trash during rush hour is a nightmare.
Dinner rush.
Dinner rush!
Here we go.
All right, I'm gonna lock in here and try to not serve people the wrong things. 5. Oopsie. They wanted chocolate, definitely.
So serving fish that's not been fully cooked yet is accidental sushi. If you forget to put the coffee beans in, is it accidental hot water?
It could just be accidental milk and sugar if you only put the creamers in.
True. I mean, that's just like dulce de leche, but like not quite.
Not quite dulce de leche.
It's like it's Timu dulce de leche. We'll call it that.
There you go.
Cell is so locked in right now.
We are so locked in.
Up
And
throw,
yeah,
up throw, up throw, up throw. Gotta get the trash out. The trash is not the most responsive of chores.
This is
that's rush hour.
the weirdest menu ever. Like you got steak, salad, ice cream, fish, and trash. Like it's so weird. It's such a weird menu.
So the trash is here in part because of the fish. Fish, unfortunately, is a dish that causes a lot of trash, as does ice cream. However, in my testing, so I developed this category originally for Flame Fatales 23, which if you're like, I've seen this game done before, that's when. So I developed this category, and I picked things because of some of the buffs they had. But that did come at a cost of higher dishes and higher trash, and I've just had to learn to live with it. Okay. We are surviving day 1. Brace yourselves for day 2. Day 2 is where things are going to get really spicy, and I'm going to probably not speak the entire day.
Well, I mean, things can be spicy. We are cooking, so.
True.
Mm-hmm.
No, a last minute fish. How rude. How rude. So in any percent, you would send this off immediately because one of the goals of any percent is to just blitz through the day as quickly as possible. You want as few customers as possible. Ooh, I had 4 bad orders. Okay. In this one, though, we don't want that. We actually want as many as possible. Okay, 144% buzz. That's fine. I'm going to make my life easier and put the steak on because the steak takes longer to cook.
Fair enough.
Okay. How are you all doing over there? Go ahead and speak, because I'm.
So here's an idea. So like, if you're gonna mix dishes together, take yesterday's menu when we had the fish and the ice cream. Hear me out. Fish ice cream. Thoughts? Tell me what you're thinking.
I refuse to let that thought into my mind.
Nick,
Chad, you're gonna have to help me out here.
Validate this. Fish
I'm
ice cream.
having some reservations.
Okay, y'all are haters and are non-believers. I'm just saying.
Give me an example of a fish that pairs well with an ice cream.
Takoyaki, but ice cream.
Yes. This. There. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Boom. Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, jeez. Okay. You can't say that just because the cone is fish-shaped. I could do that. I could name a lot more things would be fish-related, but I don't.
And chat, I will have you know, I am a cook in my personal time. Like, I have spent my entire life in the kitchen. How dare you? And how dare you think I would be serious about that?
3, 2.
To each their own, I suppose.
4,
Celeste put together her own
6.
menu. You're free to put together whatever menu you think might be good. I'm not gonna bash you on that any further.
Actually, funnily enough, there are like ice creams out there that are made to be like eaten like you can get like garlic ice cream, but it's not meant to be like dessert. You're meant to like scoop it up and put it on a steak. So you could do something like that with fish. Just do like a curry ice cream that you put on fish. Boom.
Good grief.
Hey, it's not sweet. It's savory. It's meant to be eaten like that. Okay.
I would be someone open to trying that because that actually doesn't sound that bad.
Thank you.
I've been to sushi restaurants that do wasabi ice cream, but I've not tried it because I hate wasabi.
The furthest I've heard is like that kind of like spicy ice cream kind of thing, where I've also heard people like to put chili oil in ice cream. I'm like, I would try that too. I would try most things. It's just the mental block of putting ice cream or fish in ice cream is something I need to get over first.
I think someone actually did that on MasterChef, like the OG MasterChef. I think someone did I think it was I can't remember the chef's name, but put like a fish eyeball in ice cream, and I remember seeing that and going, that's a sin. You should never.
That's where the line is.
5, 2, 3.
Selle's
Sorry,
gonna go back and watch this run afterward, and she's going to be absolutely horrified by the conversation we're having.
I can still hear you. I'm still processing. I just can't respond. I'm too busy thinking about the orders I'm trying to set down. I'm also bracing myself because I know the second rush hour is coming in 2 hours. No,
2 hours.
what a time in this game. It's coming fast.
2 hours. Hey, for what it's worth, someone in chat earlier said "sell locked in," so there you go.
Yep.
Yes, chat. I appreciate you. I love you. I absolutely cannot read you. I will go back and watch the VOD and see what you have to say.
It's okay, chat. We can still read you.
That's right. We'll be here accepting comment cards for how your experience at this restaurant and what you think could be improved.
All right. Someone said spicy ice cream or spice cream, if you will.
Spice cream.
Well done.
Oh,
That's a pretty good one.
Hopefully not like the steak during rush hour. Let's go.
no.
Trash.
Time during rush hour. Rush hour is not being nice to you, huh?
That's okay. I'm used to it at this point.
This
Hi,
happens.
Cell, watching rerun. Thanks for your contributions to gaming.
Thank you. Yep.
Cell got fed that live.
Oh, that was too
Don't
many
make any
sugars.
mistakes. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Hey.
Okay, my buzz is doing okay because I've got quite a few thumbs up coming in. They've got some bonus ranch because who wants a dry salad?
I guess it's super rush hour right now.
Yes, that is an extreme difficulty thing. Is all rush hours are super rush hours
Oh, nice.
because they are harder. Okay, I have not stopped typing once this day, but that's normal for this extreme difficulty showcase.
Perfectly normal.
Also, so Curry, you might be able to elaborate on this with the notes I gave you, but something to note about this menu is normally in normal difficulty, certain foods are only available to be purchased at certain times of day. So, for example, ice cream and coffee normally would never be purchased during rush hour. Makes sense, right? Except in this case, they can be because welcome to extreme difficulty.
Well said. Yep. Can confirm. There's also something special about some of these foods in that salad, ice cream, and coffee are examples of all staple foods. They never experience menu rot, so Cell doesn't need to rotate those foods in and out of her menu at the ends of each day. So she is, at the end of each day, she is going back and changing the menu slightly to change certain things, but that's not something she needs to do with salad, ice cream, or coffee.
Precisely why I have them.
Yep.
All right.
Oh, is that last minute steak?
Yeah, that was the last second steak. I also didn't spot it. I had no bad orders. Let's go. I'm scared
Let's
of my
go.
buzz.
Woo!
What is my buzz going to be?
Let's go.
One.
Okay. We're going to take this off. Do I want to do that? Sure, for the content, let's go. Chat, you get to see extra chaos. 173% buzz with fish, which cooks really fast. I might really regret this decision, but you know, it's fine.
It's just time for you to lock in even further. Yeah, as you can see with fish, not only does it cook faster, you also have a little bit more prep you need to do with it. You need to scale it, you need to, make sure it's just a fillet, debone it, which you can kind of see if you don't blink and watch very closely, because she does it very, very quickly. But yeah, don't want to serve bones or scales on that fish there.
That's actually why I have fish as one of my things, is because I can do it consistently. It's a literal, just built into my muscle memory at this point. I've played this game enough.
Yeah. It's telling how many years you of experience you have in the kitchen with this that you're able to do without blinking or thinking about it.
Four, 1, 2, 5, 6, 3. Oh, it's this time already. Okay.
Yep, and we get a trash during lunch hour.
Classic.
Wow, RNG is being very not kind to you. Yeah, unfortunately, having trash during rush hours or lunch hour like this doesn't get you any more buzz. You have to do it so you don't get negative buzz and reduce the buzz. So it is literally a chore you have to do.
Dishes twice in rush hour. Why? Peas, greens. Flush the toilet. Cut the fish. Cut the fish. Cut the fish. Cut the fish. And then 5, 6. Oh.
She can cut that fish quick, no bones about it.
Hey, ayo.
Ooh.
We're going to be hearing this all night. Chat, if you have any more puns, we'd love to hear them from you.
Oh, okay. Somehow I survived that. I'm scared to look at my buzz.
Just don't worry about it. Your buzz is great. I'll give you the thumbs up for now. Just let your sous chefs worry about that.
Okay, sure.
The buzz is 1
Okay, it's not
billion
as high as I thought it was. Okay. Hi, trash. Let me get rid of the trash again. Also, I'm in an office building. That's the lore of this game, is you're in an office building, dishes, toilet, ice cream, coffee, fish, 5, 3, 2, 6, 5, 1, 4 dishes, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 6, 5. Okay, now I need to be really careful so I don't accidental sushi.
And here comes the trap. Good thing, yeah, all fish are done at the same time.
So you can let things sit for a minute. They don't immediately burn. You do not want to set them on fire, though. That's really bad. That's very bad, and I have, I think, done it once the first time I played casually. Don't set your kitchen on fire. That's just good life advice. We're gonna hit a rush hour again in just a moment, aren't we?
Yep,
We sure are.
coming up.
20 minutes in.
Trash. 6. 3 ranch cheese. 4. No, I missed a chore. Oh no. Okay. Everything's fine. She says as the kitchen is falling down around her.
It looks like there's fire.
Don't scare me like that. I legitimately looked for the thing that was on fire.
I mean, like just behind the counter, it looks like fire.
Oh yeah, that's just because it's an extreme rush hour. That's how we know it's extreme, right? You got to have flames, right?
The people are literally hot on their heels, running into the kitchen, ordering something.
6.
What else I'd like to point out that we're in an office building where the walls have like cracks in them and like what kind of business office is this?
And just don't worry about it. This is a fully functioning restaurant, I assure you. It's past inspection, probably.
I think I forgot to descale that one fish. That's why they were so angry.
Ooh. Yeah.
Pretty sure it was
see-
fully cooked.
Seemingly the same office who doesn't want to hire anyone else to clean toilets and do rubbish during a food
Hire a
rush.
second chef. I mean, Curry, you need to get in there and help her.
Yeah, I obviously need to get my hands dirty now. I need to help sell out here. This is untenable for one singular
Otherwise,
chef.
I'm going to give it a really bad rating because that's apparently my shtick for this run.
I'll go in there and help. Just keep up those good ratings. I'll make sure I'll make sure to make the customer happy. We just need a few more hands on deck, and then we can make it run a little bit smoother.
I mean, your rating gets low enough. If I lead enough bad ratings, then eventually Gordon Ramsay shows up and tries to fix the place up. So
That's right. Gordon Ramsay shows up and critiques everything about the food first, and then the back of the kitchen, and then the storeroom, and then all the employees inside. That's how that goes.
Oh, but the office renovation at the end is going to be amazing.
There's
Looking forward to that.
actual lore reasons for that. That's not what I want. Table snack. Oh, okay. So I can buy table snacks, and now people have some patience. Thank goodness I can breathe again. Oh, okay. Start your day. So in lore, normally how this game works is you are setting up for the first time. You get a sort of broken down place for cheap to start up your restaurant, and then as you level up, you earn stars, and every time you level up, the restaurant gets dressed up nicer. Like there's a whole story arc to this game. We're not going to get to see that because we're only going to play hopefully just the first 6 days unless something goes really wrong, and then you might see 7 days. It takes 20 days to get your first star, so we are definitely not seeing that in this run. That takes too long.
I do like that there is lore associated with cook, serve, delicious.
Oh, the lore of this world is deep, and I love it. It makes me very excited for Remastered coming out in spring of next year.
So,
Remastered?
Yeah, remastered. Yeah, so you heard that right, chat. It's Cook Serve Delicious remastered.
It's the remaster of Cook Serve Delicious because it is, as you can see, a game from 2012. It's a little old at this point, and the devs have learned a lot of things about how to improve the game and how to just make better, more fun cooking experiences. And so they're going to incorporate all of that into a nice remaster of the game without, losing the spirit of what made this game so great. Oopsie, they get some excellent creamer. Hopefully they weren't lactose intolerant.
I gotta pay attention to those allergen standards, allergen considerations.
We're out here saying that this game has like super deep lore, and I have played Elden Ring, and are you trying to tell me that this game has lore equal to or above?
Let me answer your question with a question. Does Elden Ring have a dating sim in it?
Yes, actually.
Oh, okay.
One of the endings is you get married.
But do you find love via cooking?
I don't believe it is via cooking, so
Unfortunate. lesser game. You've heard it here, folks. Elden Ring is a lesser game than Cook Serve Delicious due to the fact that you do not date people via your cooking. Very spicy takes.
You date a witch, so...
You can date so many different people in this game. You get to meet so many really cool characters.
Can you date the food
the speed
critic?
of sound?
Normally they take a little longer, and there's like some buzz bonuses to serving different things. If you really don't like the person you're currently dating, you can do things to go through that storyline faster as well. It's pretty cool. You can also set your preference for gender as well as who you want to date.
Somebody said Elden Ring is undeniably easier than Cook Serve Delicious. Honestly, I've played Cook Serve Delicious too, and I've played Elden Ring is easier. Like, not even joking.
Sounds like I should go bug Rigol about Game Over then.
Right.
Anyways, there are 12 different salad orders in this game, which is why salad scares me a little bit because I need to read that recipe card extremely fast. I've gotten used to them now over time. But would the other folks in this call like to tell me what their preferred salad order in this game will be? Will I lock in for rush hour?
In this game or just in general?
In this game, someone might need to provide Nick with the list of recipes.
Oh, I have the list right here.
My taste buds are tingling with anticipation.
I mean, a lot of these are just vinaigrette and blank.
Ranch. We only have ranch at this stage of the game because I refuse to upgrade my salads.
Okay. Cheesy ranch. Cheesy leaves. Ranch and cheese.
Okay. Very simple.
That's good. Very basic. Very simple.
I'm also just going through the list right now. We've got salad verde with its ranch, greens, and carrots. I don't know which greens they are because I would assume there's already greens in it, but how about that?
That would be broccoli, carrot, and cucumber. Sorry, I had to actually look at the menu for a second. Here's the salad list anyways. Chat, just select your salad choice. I'm going to just sit here and let chat have a second to think about what they want to see.
Bacon and croutons. Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, bring me the house salad with everything on it.
Do you mean the Manhattan? I think is what it's called, which is my favorite, also known internally in my head as the bomg, because that is the typing pattern for that recipe.
See, Manhattan is also a cocktail, so when you say Manhattan, that's what I think of first, not salad. RCBOMG,
bomg.
Of course, yeah. This is totally a recipe I'm familiar with.
You must get very weird looks from waiters in restaurants.
Fortunately, I don't typically go ordering salads at restaurants, so it's not usually an issue. But yeah, I first discovered this game from watching a YouTuber called Yogscast Nalzi, aka the Scottish member of the group, playing it. And so I have still retained certain verbal patterns from his playing it. Such as, what's it called? Lasagna is PSCR. That's what it is called. Oh, safety inspection. Oh boy. And we get a buzz. Okay. What recipe is giving me trouble? Coffee. Coffee's giving me heck. All right. I'm taking coffee off, putting both of these on because safety inspection. Curry, explain safety inspections, please.
When the safety inspector is around, and they'll show up real quickly here, your chores, will fade away a lot quicker. You need to you need to do them in front of the safety inspector, or else your buzz takes a deeper hit. So don't disappoint the safety inspector, or else I'll close your restaurant. And there they are, the hard hat in the left-hand side there of the screen. It's just standing there observing you. Thankfully, it's mostly food at the moment, but
and this is precisely why.
It looks so suspicious. Just,
yeah.
it looks like, what are you doing here?
What are you standing around?
And this is why I put both things that need to cook on, because it can help block my slots. Because if all the slots are full, no chores can come in.
Smart.
It does mean my rush hours end up a little slower, which does slow down the speed at which I can serve customers, which doesn't help this challenge, but also failing my safety inspection is really bad for buzz, and I want as high a buzz as possible at all times so I can get through this challenge faster.
I'm sorry, so there's no time for breathing. You've got more orders to serve.
Yeah, no breathing. Breathe, just as a reminder, Chad. No matter how stressful things get, remember to breathe. That's the first step. Breathe.
Two trashes during rush hour. Very nice.
Yeah, because both steak and fish are bad for that. Three, 4, 5, 6.
And that's rush hour. They're a little bit of a calmer rush hour than the ones we've seen before, because like so said, we have both steak and fish on there, which means more of those slots on the left-hand side are occupied by cooking time. As we see here, as we cook, we need to wait for everything to cook.
So a challenge about steak. So steak is normally not available to you until you gain a star in the game. It's a higher difficulty food, but in extreme difficulty, everything's unlocked to us right from the start. Steak is one where you don't get any feedback about what you've placed on it. So like the seasonings don't change the appearance of the food as you prepare it, which means that's why you'll see a lot of average or blue smiley faces appearing, or just blue faces after I've served it, is because I somehow messed up on the seasoning. It will be red if I've messed up in other ways, which you've seen usually when I accidentally sushi. Oop. 6. We have another rush hour, don't we? Yes, we do.
Coming soon.
Of course we do.
But in good news, we are at almost 800 customers served. So we will be just
75.
fine. Yep. We'll be just fine.
Yeah, I've lost track of which day this is, but we're 75% of the way there, so we're getting there.
We also
The stakes are high here.
Yeah, the stakes are
on
high
extreme
indeed.
difficulty.
We haven't talked about one of the chores that can appear yet. Curry, I believe your notes have information about it as we enter this safety inspection rush hour.
Yes, Chef. If I can find the chores. Oh, yeah. Look at that. I should know better. I need to sell here. We haven't seen, if I'm seeing this correctly, we haven't set out mouse traps yet, which I'm actually unfamiliar
No, we have.
with.
I just had a mouse trap.
You just, I was looking at my notes while you were doing that.
Is it cleaning toilets?
No, it is dispensing justice, which is where you get robbed and you have to draw up a police sketch so they can go arrest the culprit. It is one of the most terrifyingly stressful chores in the game, and they have never put it in a game since. I think because it was so hard. Anyways, normally that shouldn't show up until after day 7, but yeah, extreme difficulty likes to surprise you with things that shouldn't happen. So hopefully it doesn't happen, because I will panic.
Yeah, they have something similar to that in Cook Serve Delicious 2, but instead of doing a police sketch, you just have to punch the robber repeatedly until you like knock them out, and then the chore's done.
Which is so much easier than having to read the description and then sort through and type the correct thing. It's so hard. It's so hard. And then in 3, you just get drive-by shootings in your food truck, and your robot assistants take care of that for you. 3 is wild. Go play 3. 3 is hands down my favorite of the series. Although I am very much a lover of the world of 1. There's something just so special about it. It's so simple. The world is built through mostly spam emails. In this office tower, it's so good. Please go check out this game.
There's your formal invitation. Go check out this game. You're seeing it here live on Hotfix. You can go play it yourself. It's been out for like 13 years, so it's been a little bit.
That's why we're getting remastered.
That's why it's getting remastered.
Okay, inspection is passed, which increases my buzz. Menu rots occurring. Dishwasher. We are going to go buy the dishwasher just to... Not that dishes are the hardest chore, but just to make my life a little easier. All right, goodbye steak. Hello coffee. 137, really? Okay, this... okay. Okay, we might be on track to do today, maybe. We didn't get a rainy day, which is unfortunate. Fish has a buzz boost for rainy days, but that weather effect is RNG if and when we're going to get it, as does coffee, ice cream, and salad. So getting that is a real nice time save, but unfortunately the game was not kind enough to give us that this time.
Yep, in addition to the dishes you serve up, there's also RNG and weather conditions, but, we deal. Sometimes it rains on your parade, sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, some dishes have an affinity for certain weather conditions, like rainy. If it's raining outside, you get more buzz generated if you serve a dish, like the one Cel mentioned. So,
We did have a poll in chat for what's better, Cook, Serve, or Delicious, and Delicious was the winner.
Very nice. I approve, chat. Also, fun fact, you can serve a dish that's sitting there cooking while you are actively in the middle of a chore. So, sometimes I will be in the middle of throwing out the dishes or throwing out the trash. And I will just, serve a dish from the dumpster out back. It's very fine and very sanitary.
Yeah, nothing could go wrong. If your health inspector, you didn't hear that, but that is perfectly acceptable here. No problem with that.
You know who else would probably have a problem with that?
Who?
Gordon Ramsay.
Almost certainly, yes. I think he would have a bigger issue with me solo chefing a kitchen this busy, but that's okay. 3, 6. As you can see, there's fewer dishes for me to now do. It's nice. Oh yeah, we should be fine. We should be golden for this being the final day. Someone knock on wood for me, please. That I didn't just commentator curse myself.
But you're the runner.
You can still commentator curse yourself as a runner doing your own commentary and saying something silly. But we should be fine to finish today.
I've got metal, I've got paper, got plastic. Oh, here's some wood. There we go.
See, I just knock on my head whenever someone says knock on wood. Works just as well.
Wash the trash and throw out the dishes. Yeah, you can't have dirty garbage. As someone else might say. And those dishes, yeah, they're one-time use. I'm sorry. We gotta throw them away.
Maybe that's why we had the apocalypse in 3, is we were using too many disposable dishes in 1 and 2. And that's what caused the meteor to hit the Earth and cause mass destruction and chaos and other assorted things.
So, like, yes, a lot of these orders, they disappear so quickly I can't read them. But then I see a couple every so often where someone says, like, it's like coffee, milk, and 5 sugars. Like, excuse you? 5 sugars?
That's the maximum number of sugars.
But why?
How do you think, as a Brit, I stay up to do this show? Gotta have my coffee and 5 sugars. Gotta keep on the going.
I just thought you were making your coffee with Red Bull instead of water.
Oh, that's a lot of caffeine and sugar.
Yes, it is. So somebody confirmed for me that they actually tried that recently. So.
Oh no.
I could not do that myself. I don't drink caffeine. Nope. That's way too much. Oh, right. Also, yeah, you just dropped this as if this was common knowledge. I guess it's common knowledge to all of y'all but me. There's an apocalypse in 3?
Yes. That's the start of the world. Sherry Soda Tower, which is where we are currently located, and that's the name of this office building, gets destroyed, and a couple of search and rescue robots actually rescue us, the chef, from the rubbish, and we ended up turning the search and rescue van into a 4, 2, 3. I'll finish that thought in a second. Don't worry, chat. We turn it into a food truck.
Bro, this game is wild.
To go serve, the U.S. or what remains of its light spoilers, because people need to eat still in the apocalypse, and they deserve.
Yeah, I know.
I can't tell if this is the lore of this game or Cyberpunk 2077.
We've passed 1,000 customers as I absolutely sushi. All right, so for Richard, we are going to come at time at the end of today as I accidentally sushi again, and apparently so much excitement that I'm just giving everyone accidental sushi. Four, 2, 3, 6, 5, 3. Okay. So we gotta wait for the fish to cook, and then it'll be done. And that is time.
GG!
Hey, GG!
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Clobber that estimate.
The estimate is there for safety in case I end up having to do an extra day. Anyways, will I breathe? Dane and Curry, if you have any shout outs.
Curry?
No, please, Dane, go ahead.
I mean, the only shout out I want to give is to Cell for inviting me on, because I played the second game, and while I am very, very bad at typing games, I did have a lot of fun with it. So I'm glad I got to watch this. And yeah, if you want to catch me, I'm here every other Wednesday. Same week that Nick is also hosting Fast Travel. Come check out Crosshair on Wednesdays. I'm in the same time slot, so 48 hours earlier. Yeah, thank you, Cell, for having me.
Thank you for joining. Curry.
Yeah, thanks also for inviting me on. Like I said at the beginning of this, I don't play Cook Serve Delicious, but it's still a fun and chaotic time regardless, so I thoroughly enjoyed this. I don't have any particular shoutouts of my own. I personally just play a variety of games on my own channel, but that's neither here nor there. Sometimes I speedrun things too, and we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, thank you so much for having me on. This was a great time.
Yeah, you're very welcome. If you enjoyed this, I don't typically play Cook Serve Delicious on stream because, as you can tell, I have to lock in and I can't see chat. So hello, chat. I'm seeing you for the first time since I started the run. But I play a ton of different indie games, all sorts of things. You'll see me speedrunning. I also am working on Hitman currently. That's kind of my current passion project for speedrunning. So if you enjoy indie games, Hitman, or The Sims 4, come find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/SelkithMind. You can also find me over at Preventathon. You'll find Nick over there as well. We just finished up our 6th event, our second one of 2025. We won't be back until 2026 for another event, but there will be staff positions opening up. So keep an eye out on our socials if you're interested in getting involved in marathons at a higher level. But yeah, thank you so much, Nick, for having me.
It was an absolute pleasure. That was so fun. It was, I think the most interesting part was just learning about all of the lore. Who knew that Cook Serve Delicious had so much interesting and exciting? It definitely makes me want to go through and actually play them to learn more about the lore. And you know, I'm just gonna uninstall Elden Ring now. Who needs it? We've got Cook Serve Delicious lore to get through instead. Oh, thank you all three of you for coming on, and folks, I'd like to echo what Celeste just said about Preventathon. Please go and check out the marathon. The marathon we did last weekend was absolutely fantastic. Everyone put in so much work. It was a great time, and it'd be great to see more runners, volunteers, and, as Self mentioned, staff members joining us for Preventathon in the future. Welcome back to Fast Travel, the show where we take in the sights, sounds, and speedruns of the different regions of the world, with this week focused on Canada. So we took a trip to Toronto to meet Scott Pilgrim and defeat the 7 evil X's. We then had some lovely food in Cook Serve Delicious, which we never actually mentioned it. One of the developers is Canadian, but now we have a game developed in Canada, probably the most celebrated Canadian developed speedrun of all time. A speed game that really needs no introduction, but I will try and give it one anyway. This is the Mountain. This is the Goliath. This is Celeste. And we have Eugene here to take us on a trip to the summit. Take it away, Eugene.
All right. Hi, I'm Eugene, Celeste, and now Silksong speedrunner. I'll be running all red berries, and I'm just hoping to have a good time today. I have one of the goats of Celeste Deathless, Rick Fernello on comms, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Rick. I'm not as good as a runner as Eugene, but most people know me for the 2-2 Deathless run. And I'll be trying to keep up with Eugene. That is one of the... to me, Eugene is one of the goats, so...
Thanks, Rick. All right, well, if everyone's ready, I'm good to do the countdown.
Whenever you're ready to go.
All right, awesome. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
So the category we're running is the all red berries. There are 175 berries to collect in the game. And we're going to go through all of the 7 chapters and 1 extra chapter for some extra berries. And right away, we can see Eugene jumping a lot to get a little bit of extra speed for every time you jump. And Celeste is composed of just 3 base movement attacks, which are jumping, dashing, and grabbing, and a combination of all those things. So you can essentially just cancel your dashes to keep your momentum into super dashes, wave dashes, and then use the grabs alongside this to keep your momentum even further. That's all about this.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of that just immediately from the start of chapter 1, since you already have your dash, your jump, and pretty much all the different combinations of just movement tech immediately.
You're going to notice that the berries are the main collectible that we're going through here, and you must touch the ground for a few frames for the berry to be properly collected. It's important to include in your strategies that you have to just get something to keep you grounded, to touch the ground, because if you die while you're having a berry, you're going to have to collect that berry again, and this can lose you a lot of time.
Yeah, and like routing it in is like really just kind of critical to the entire run. It really doesn't lose that much time to collect. So you'll see, even in top runs, collecting all the berries. And you'll see here, since I unlocked crossing, I can quit out and re-enter from crossing because you avoid the little backtrack. That saves time.
Coming up with next tricks, some of the collectibles that we need are the heart crystals, because even though they count as berries, they're necessary to unlock a level by the end of the game. And right now, Eugene's going to have to input a code, but they're going to do it really fast while moving towards the heart. So you can see that the dash movement right here is a little bit different because they are doing the code already. And they're going to have to return to map again, not really return to map, but save and quit. To just save on those frames, because Celeste is based on in-game time, the runs.
So you're going to be seeing a lot of like weird movement that's very particular. A lot of them are actually setups that we kind of can't go into the details of. This weird looking thing over here is a little coyote jump that I would have gotten. But pretty much every single second of the game, there's just like so much going on that it's like impossible to see.
And you have to adapt to those things too. One of the main things of this chapter, with each chapter having its unique mechanic and gimmick to make it unique from each other, are these moving blocks, which are introduction to pretty much one of the most important things of Celeste, and how everything just flows really well together, and you need to keep that momentum going. So if you jump out of them with a dash, if you do a hyper dash off of them, they are all, you can keep your speed with them.
Kind of like that.
Kind of like that.
Maybe another RTM coming up here, a return to map. This saves a lot of time because I'm like way to the left, but you can get right back to Chasm. This is the third checkpoint. And I'm just going to collect the last little bit of berries before we go to Old Site. And this next berry actually has a really cool tech called an RCB, or Reverse Corner Boost. I won't get into details, but you can basically keep a lot of your speed. So let's see if I can do this.
Right here.
Nice.
Very nice.
And that I actually did not touch the spike. It looks like it did, but there's actually a little bit of a wall that you can just jump off of.
Celeste is known for having very high leniency in every single mechanic. The spikes, they are a little smaller than they appear in reality, the hitboxes, and the berries are a little bit bigger than they appear in all the dash crystals. So essentially what helps you is big, and what hinders you is small.
Yeah, thanks, devs.
Celeste is known for being incredibly lenient, and this is why there are so many things that look completely absurd when seeing speedrunners perform them. This next chapter, the main mechanic of it are these dream blocks, which are going to be activated in a bit. And of course, as with everything else in this game, there's many techs involving it.
Also, this entire star checkpoint is one of like the most notable, just easy to get hooked into checkpoints in the run, specifically for ARB, I mean, because there's just like so much cool movement. It's so fluid. It's so easy to just get like stuck practicing this checkpoint. It's so cool.
Right now, you just saw Eugene collecting a seeded berry. It's one of there are not that many of those in the game, but you just need to be. You need to collect all the berries without touching the ground, essentially, all the seeds, to then make a berry. And Eugene just did a 3 combo berry because they're just flying through these. You can actually... There's like these points that show up in the game, but they don't mean much. It's just... It's just a fun detail that was put in. On the section, there's going to be a little chase sequence with this battle line enemy. She will not be able to catch up, of course. But she's going to follow your movements. So whatever you're doing, Eugene has all of the routes set up so that it doesn't intersect with the same movement where they're going to be in.
Battle is also like 3x3 pixels. So even if
it's tiny,
like overlap, you're probably not going to get hit.
Ooh.
Except
if the brother jinxes it, of course.
This berry is elusive.
Elusive berry. Hey, there are more than one battle line. There's like at least 9 pixels, to be fair.
Yeah, I think that's how it works.
This next room is it's the longest room so far in the game. A lot of people start struggling around this point when they start playing casually. Because when you die in this game, you just go back to the same room you're in. It's at the start of every room. So the longer rooms tend to be the most challenging casual playthrough and also the most punishing speedruns. The next section is going to be Awake, which is known for accumulating really high speed in the tasks, or if the runner is like really, they really try hitting the task strat. But because this is all red berries run, we won't get to see the full thing, and we're going to see if Eugene can hit that.
We'll see.
Let's see. It's really tough to keep your speed because essentially you have infinite speed potentially in Celeste. Oh, and they already didn't get the full thing, but it can still go relatively
one
fast.
One of the hardest inputs. It's
yeah,
basically like a 3-frame into like a 2-frame and 2-frame, but depending on like which frame you hit, it kind of varies as well. But at least I missed the hard input. There's that.
So Acheta has asked if the moonberry is included in this run. It's not. It's only the red berries, so it's a total of 175 berries. So not counting the golden berries or the moonberry.
Yeah, if you get the other berries, it's a much longer run.
There is another category for those, which is the 202 berries, which Eugene did get the world record at some point.
That was a while ago.
It was a while ago, but still.
Also, like pretty much at the very beginning of this chapter, there's a really funky looking thing in this next room.
This is one of my favorites.
It looks like you just turn around midair, and that's because you do. That's called a wall boost, and it's actually an intended leniency mechanic, where basically if you do a neutral climb jump and then you turn away, the devs are nice enough to let you turn around, because for a casual playthrough, it's kind of hard to choose a direction, so they make it a little bit lenient to jump off of
There's
walls.
a demo dash, which we'll explain in a bit.
There's going to be a few more.
There's going to be quite a few more after this chapter. So this chapter is mostly defined by the cycles. All of these like enemies, they're called the dust bunnies. They're just moving things, and the cool thing about it is that they're all in fixed cycles. So it doesn't matter when, doesn't matter what you're doing. They're always going to start in the same place. So you can plan out how you're going to approach them. There's no RNG in Celeste. Cool skip from the previous screen while bounce.
Also, it's probably good to mention one of the things that I did during the demo earlier was pause buffering. So it kind of looks like time is like slowed down, or I'm like going frame advancing. And that's because it literally is frame advancing. It's one of the things that was added from the 1.4 patch, where pausing is bufferable, and that lets us frame advance. And this berry is impossible. But you will see me You'll see me using pausing to basically do really precise strats. And it comes up maybe 4 times. Oh, here as well.
Like right here. Yep.
Let me try this again.
This one's really cool. Just watch this. Very nice. Again, just using lots of leniency mechanics allows you to do things that look pretty much impossible to pull off. Using like really technical knowledge, for example, how many frames can you stay in the air to before you're able to like not jump anymore?
Nice.
This next section is like incredibly hard to optimize, even though there's no obstacles. It's the huge mess. Because if there's no obstacles, you can just dash more. You can just like do more stuff with it.
Oh, there's supposed to be another demo there.
You're gonna see these wing berries too. They pretty much run away when you try dashing. But if you dash, just like you can like do it sooner, so to actually try and catch it.
Right now here, I'm actually gonna go backwards because we actually have to do a backtrack to collect the blue heart. And we need the blue hearts to go into the final chapter where the last 5 berries are. And there's gonna be another cool thing that I do here. It's gonna be a death warp. So I'm gonna leave this room, and that's gonna set my spawn in a weird spot because the game doesn't expect you to do that. I'm actually gonna save and quit because it'll be a bit faster, skipping the heart collect animation. And now I'm up here, which skips a whole bunch of stuff. Rick, I don't actually know what parts it skips. What are we skipping here?
It skips talking to Oshiro one more time. Usually you have to go through all of this section and then go back to the huge mess and then talk to Oshiro again. And then you go back through the start of that section. So this is one of a really big time save. Just by doing the death warp.
Yeah, I actually don't know if I've ever gone that way in all red berries. I don't even know what I'm skipping. I just do it.
It's skipping something. You're missing a significant portion of the game, Eugene. How could you? How could speedrunners not enjoy the game?
Oh,
Damn.
I'm not going there and skipping the cutscene.
You're missing all of the dialogue.
In this last room, before we get the berry, we can actually put the key into the lock just ahead of time. That way we don't have to wait for it to open later.
I think that's really interesting.
Like multitasking.
Another thing to mention is that the cycles, if you die, they are slightly different. So speedrunners actually need 2 different strategies on rooms with cycles. One for when they're entering the room, and one in the case that they die. A lot of people hate this berry.
Oh yeah. You can basically skip the entire puzzle, which is nice.
That room that Eugene just went to, they're gonna go back there again. It's pretty notable because it's one of the bigger demo dashes in this run. A demo dash is pretty much when you squeeze through the hitboxes of obstacles. Usually it's pixel perfect, but with the aid of setups, you can do it pretty consistently. So here it comes. Very nice first try.
Nice.
And it skips a lot of time in the 80% run, but you also do that in the ARB run to skip having to collect the key on the left side. Right now there is a new obstacle, a new enemy, which pretty much is just chasing you, and it's another type of cycle they need to keep aware of, because he is going to dash at you. Also, depending on where you are on the screen, depending on several factors. So you have to keep that into account.
And I think, Rick, one of the things that you've mentioned in the past that I never really realized until you said it, you're basically dealing with 2 cycles at the same time, which, that's so hard to keep track of. And I don't know how I didn't notice that, honestly.
Yeah, essentially. I thought you were going to say that you cannot defeat Oshiro.
No, you can't. You bonk him sometimes, right? Did I?
You do bonk him
in this category?
Maybe that defeats him. Who knows?
Like he comes back,
and he comes up. You defeat him momentarily. That's very nice.
Yeah, not bad.
On the next chapter, the Golden Range, the main mechanic of it is the wind and the bubbles and the clouds. This and the moving blocks and everything. I think this chapter is one of the ones that introduced the most things at the same time. When you're dealing with the wind, you can essentially like negate all of its effects by dashing and by doing all the things. Oh, Eugene accidentally did a retry because it's like the same input that you do for a cutscene skip. So that can happen if you try to do. Yeah, lots of runners are going to try to doing like a frame perfect cutscene skip or something like that. And the faster you're trying to go, the more risky it is. So that can happen sometimes.
Yeah, because for that cutscene in particular, you want to go in with a lot of speed. And the sooner you skip the cutscene, the more speed you can keep. So I try to greet it, and sometimes you fly too close to the sun. Happens.
Coming up, there's going to be a cedar berry, and I said previously that you cannot touch the ground when you're collecting a cedar berry. But if you are not jumping but exiting the ground right after, you are still able to touch the ground briefly, like that.
No.
And that lets you collect it. Oh,
I missed. Do it again. Yeah, there. So I literally just jumped. What?
Oof.
Okay, I'll do it again. But basically, you can still touch the ground briefly, and you can also jump off the ground, but only in Coyote. So jumping in Coyote or after you leave the ground actually doesn't pop the seed.
Very nice.
And we'll also see that in the next chapter as well. There's a seed berry there. It's a little bit more apparent, where you're basically just like dashing off, and we can jump like basically in the air, and it just doesn't pop the seed. Be a really cool strat to get the berry.
Oh, that's a really cool strat.
Yeah, that room was like a really good showcase of basically getting the speed off of these blocks. There's like a mechanic called the lift boost that basically allows you to inherit the speed of any moving entity, and we can kind of make use of that in like the entire run. And you can kind of see here too.
Yeah, anything that's moving, you keep the speed from that, and then use corner boosts, use corners of everything to keep the speed from that too. The momentum you can get in this game is really absurd.
Also, Reach is just in general filled with like so many cool skips. I don't know if it's just because of the entities or like the terrain, but even like at the end of this checkpoint, you're actually going to see some really cool stuff, which is like just in a few rooms.
In the next strat, there's going to be a Mario block. This is actually a reference to Super Mario 3, as Eugene is showing. Usually in Super Mario, you can go back from the environment and use that to go into the background. But here we can just skip that. That was not an intended skip from the developers. And one cool thing is that I remember Kevin, one of the developers, saying that they tried doing that skip a lot and saying, nope, I don't think it's possible. But it ended up that nope, they found a way. It is possible to skip all of that.
Yeah, I remember basically, I saw the block, but I haven't personally played that specific Mario game. So I had to search that one up, but I'm glad I can skip it now.
For me, I have played that Mario game, but I didn't know that it could go into the background. Like, I pretty much finished the game, but I just never learned that. I don't think it's needed for the game. I think there's like one level where you can do that. I was like really surprised that people knew about that.
Okay, the existence of that block in this game made me think that was like a core gameplay mechanic. Okay.
Right? Like, I immediately recognized, wait, that is from Mario, but like, why? So that's cool that you can do that.
There's gonna be a funny way of collecting this next berry. The spikes are actually like 3 pixels wide. You can just like stand on this ledge and collect it. So you don't actually have to do the backwards traversal of the room.
This is probably a good moment to mention just buffering in general. With the use of buffering, here's a really cool strat. And pause buffering, and just like doing the actions before you're able to do them, the game will do these actions in the first possible moment. This strat that you just saw Eugene doing is I used a lot of that alongside pause buffering that was already explained, where something can be technically frame perfect in this game, but with the use of buffering, you're able to do these actions before you like as soon as Madeline is able to, making everything that is precise just that more doable.
Yeah, so like a lot of 1-frame tricks can become like a 5-frame input, assuming that you have a good setup.
Yeah.
And here,
Very funky looking strat.
Kind of, it's gonna look like I jump off the air. Let me try this again. It's basically a form of jump timer abuse, where your jump timer lasts longer than the actual dash, and it gives you a little bump at the end. I'm gonna try to jump off the snowball. Okay.
Very nice.
And this section is kind of like a good showcase of how like dashing and going fast kind of just negates the wind.
Yeah, because every time you do a down forward dash, you also multiply your speed a little bit. So you can keep going fast, and especially when Eugene is doing down forward dashes, they're able to like completely ignore the wind.
Awesome. And this next chapter is actually really awesome. There's like so much cool movement at the start, and it introduces some cool mechanics near the end. But just like overall, this is like such a cool chapter, especially like if you're starting to learn the category. There's just like so many, I guess, like unique things that happen that, you know, you just don't get this in any percent.
Yeah, you don't get this in 80% because in 80% you're able to skip most of this chapter because you're able to do the B-side of a chapter as you collect the tape, and it counts as a regular completion of the chapter. This is something that we're gonna do in the next one, but because there are so many berries in this chapter, you cannot do that because you have to collect all of them.
That's a good use of coyote time. Basically just jumping straight off the air.
Oh, nice.
I like barely got that. What?
Ooh.
I don't know how I got so much speed there.
I think tempo is one of the first one of the first chapters that got me into very interested in speedrunning, because there's many intended skips by the developers here. You can like skip entire sections by doing this. There's like keys you can skip. There's many objects. There's everything. So right after this berry, Eugene is going to go get a checkpoint on the right side over here. They're gonna unlock the screen. They're gonna go to the next room and then come back. This is because the checkpoint is now unlocked. So after they go back to a detour, they're gonna collect all these berries, and they're gonna be able to warp there.
Yeah, so kind of similar to what we were doing in the first chapter, but kind of, I think it's to a larger degree. Right? And it's not gonna sound like a big number, but it saves like in the magnitude of a second, I think. But anything that's bigger than like 0.2 is kind of a big deal. So. Here we can do a death warp to leave. Dying is fast.
Dying is fast. Thank you, Eugene.
And quitting is fast too.
Here's the return to that.
Yeah, so now we can go to the checkpoint that I unlocked earlier.
This is the chapter, I believe this is the second chapter with the most berries. It's easy to get lost here, and it can be a little bit difficult to route at first, but once you get all of this movement down, it becomes really satisfying.
Yeah, it's so good. Like pretty much the entirety of Temple, and honestly most of this category. But like for like routing difficulty, most of the time, you know, you just like learn where to go in the room, and you don't even have to worry about like knowing where you are in the chapter. You just kind of know what to do when you get there. We're actually going to come up to a seeded berry where it's going to look like I just touched the ground for 10 years. But the jump...
Yeah, this is the one we were mentioning earlier.
Yeah, it's actually, you can see down there, a little sneak peek, but yeah, I'm basically going to use Coyote. Here, let me try to set it up in the way that it would happen. Hold on. I'll do it from here. Basically, you can like climb up this wall, and it's going to look like I jump like off the ground, but I jump off the air, so it doesn't pop the seed.
So from this part onwards, on the level, it's there's going to be lots of rooms that you don't see in any percent. Since in any percent, you take the cassette on the other room and just go on for the B-side.
After this berry, we're actually going to see one of those intended dev skips, but we do it a slightly different way, where we use the demo that we used to turn into like a tinier hitbox. But the way that it affects bubbles is it actually shifts you up a little bit. That lets us grab this ledge just a little bit.
Very nice.
Normally, you got to loop around, but that's called an Archie.
It's very fun how the devs, they put all these tricks to help speedrunners. They go like, hey, you can do this skip right here. And then you just do it in an entirely different way they intended. It's still faster.
Oh, something funny about this section. So you get to play as a seeker, and a lot of newer runners that are trying to figure out just moving this thing, it often feels pretty weird. And that's because normally you have freeze frames when you dash, and that gives you a little bit of time to redirect. But the seeker itself doesn't give you those redirect frames. So, you know, you're like subconsciously used to having the redirect frames, so you just completely miss dash.
Yeah, the redirect frames, the freeze frames, it's just more of what the game does to with leniency. On the next room, there's going to be another mechanic called the Seekers. They're these monsters that chase you, but you can also use them to your advantage to help them collect some things for you, help them open some barriers for you, stuff like this. Or just collect the coins if you route them properly. It's even faster if you do it that way.
Yeah, they're your friends.
They're friends, yeah, they're definitely friends. They want to hug you.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, so there I like wait so that the seeker runs into the top one. This one you can balk it. And this is the checkpoint that we typically skip in any percent if you're playing 5A or just the A side of Temple. But lucky for you, we get to see the whole thing, get all the berries.
And there's many things here. It's very easy to miss berries on the first time you're playing the game. So sometimes you have to go through this chapter several times.
Even when you're like starting to speedrun it, it's kind of fun to do like a blind run or like a clueless run. You should like try to find all the berries, and you're definitely gonna miss some. Like those are always fun to do.
Oh, nice.
And honestly, like just getting into the game is like it's so accessible. Like even if you've just finished the game, you're kind of ready to do an 80% run. And I don't know if things in the All Red Berries speedrun are kind of freaking you out. There's a lot of good resources for like all different like levels of speedrun. It's like so easy to get started. There's like a lot of people in the Celeste Discord that are like always like happy to help.
Yeah, this is how we all get started. People just are really, really excited and eager to help. Especially with the Twitch community. If you're watching a speedrunner, they will, a lot of them would love to show you strategies and stuff like that and just explain how it's done. And in the game, actually I can talk about this later, but because there's a new mechanic, there's Theo, which is usually something that is just like a throwable object that you have to carry around. It's usually something that hinders your movement, something that makes you slower. But if you do the right tech, you can use it to keep your speed and technically make you go even faster.
Okay, he can press the button for us, but yeah, one of the cooler things, at least in my opinion, is like, actually, check this out.
Probably this one.
Oh, okay.
Very
I actually
nice.
jumped on an earlier frame.
Almost.
But you can basically just like fly over this entire thing.
Nice backup.
Like one of the awesome things with Theo is like basically like doing speed tech into him and then being able to cancel your dash and maintain your speed. And hopefully you'll see some of that in this next room.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Good job.
So I don't know if you noticed those waves. Normally, those waves are supposed to like push you back. But if you like dash through them or if you have like a whole bunch of speed, they kind of mean nothing to you. So there was like maybe 1 or 2 waves that hit me there. So one of the really cool things to do with Theo is just get like a silly amount of speed.
The next chapter also has a ton of different mechanics. The first one introduces the feather, which just lets you fly in all directions. And right after, there's going to be the lick skip, which is also really precise with many buffered setups. It is notable.
Oh, let me try a different one. Oh. Okay.
Nice. That is still probably faster than doing it the normal way.
Maybe.
Maybe.
But there's actually like so many different setups for like every strat. And like Lake Skip is definitely one of them.
Oh, nice recover. So that's just fun having all of these like different recovers and things you have to adapt in the middle of the run. I think the next tick is one of the fastest movement you get in this run.
Maybe second fastest.
Right here is the lift boost. By using the speed of the Kevin block and the corner boosts, you are able to just skip the entire thing.
And the really cool thing about that specific setup is we make use of buffering to make it even easier. Like normally you can do a very similar thing, but you have to hit like a 2 or 3 frame. This one, most of it's like 5 frames, and you have to hit a single 3 frame at the end. So there's a lot of cool things in labbing that lets you basically make setups a bit better, faster, or easier, like whatever you want.
So what's going on right now is that Eugene collected a B-side cassette tape that is going to let him access the B-side of the level, which usually is just extra content, but because Chapter 6 has no berries, you can do the B-side instead after collecting the tape, because even though it's a harder level, it's slightly faster if you're optimizing well enough. And it still counts as a regular queue of the level.
Yeah, this is definitely something you'll see in like the higher end of any percent runs, and it's a little bit more worth to do in other categories like all red berries that need a heart, because getting the heart or needing the heart for core at the end of the run makes it save even more time.
Exactly. You need a total of 4 hearts by the end of Chapter 7, and you have to like optimize which hearts you're going to be picking to make it fast. So this counts as one of them.
This falling section is really cool because it's kind of hard to tell like what inputs are actually hard. Sometimes it's easy to see the flashy things and be impressed by it, but a lot of the down diagonals will save a lot of time. Anytime you see Malin go really thin, that's called fast falling. So like anytime you see fast falling or a diagonal dash, those are saving like an amount of time that like accumulates over the run, and that's kind of, at least when I see like secure account or just top runners playing this checkpoint, it's like one of the more impressive things to see. Also, there's going to be a demo coming up, and it has a little bit of lore that maybe Rick, you can tell us a little bit about.
There's after demo dashes were discovered. Here it goes. Nice.
Awesome.
That was one of the demos that was used in speedrunning. Of course, it doesn't save that much time, but it's like it is something that people always go for. So the devs always like making this type of stuff more acknowledged or sometimes easier. So they widened the gap for that demo, making it a little bit more accessible.
Oh, what? How did I make that?
On this section, you have pretty much the only quote-unquote boss in the game. You just have to hit the boss several times to unlock the next part of the progression of the level.
It's gonna be a really cool feather skip here. See if I get this ultra. Okay. That's awesome. That's like a
Very nice.
to hit.
That looks extremely flashy. Chapter 6 is... somebody in chat said Celeste will always feel like some of the staples and speedrunning. A very cool tech using pause buffering here.
Ooh,
almost.
Too early. I did get the
One more try?
multi-boost, but I'll try it again. Nice.
Nice.
So basically, we're able to do multiple jumps off of that block, doing a frame consecutively with pause buffering, and we can carry speed through.
I just wanted to comment, Celeste does feel like there was a lot of love put into it with speedrunning in mind. And this is why it's just a game that feels so good to run. And honestly, one of the things that got me into enjoying Celeste speedruns and this type of thing was one of the golden berries, which are one of the things you have to collect in the game, not for a full completion, but it's just more of a deathless challenge. Eugene was talking earlier how there's... I'm sorry, I forgot what I was going to say.
No worries.
Right, how just progressing and remembering the level lets you already go pretty much fast. So just by playing without dying, many players will feel prepared to speedrun because just by not dying, it is already going pretty fast. Very nice reflection, Eugene.
Also, something really cool about the game, like while I just take like a small stretching break, as mainly since Summit is one of the longer chapters, the game is timed based on in-game time as opposed to RTA. So one of the really cool things is you can basically just, rest between chapters, and this game can be really input dense sometimes. So it is nice that we have the option to kind of take it easy between, all of the input dense gameplay.
Yeah, so if you see that there's a disparity between in-game time and RTA, it's mostly because of these tiny pauses and because freeze frames, small things like that. In this chapter, you notice that we have 2 dashes, so that opens up for a lot more tech. There's going to be a pool demo coming up. Very nice. Opens up for more tech, more possibilities, so many more things to do. And the game starts looking even more impressive with all those possibilities. And this is also the chapter with the most berries in the game. So it's
Actually,
the longest.
Question. How many berries do people think there are in this chapter? Just as like a little bit of context, some of the chapters had like 18 berries, like 20, around there. And Summit is quite long, so take a guess.
I don't even know.
Sounds like a good time for me to jump in. I'm going to say 120.
On this chapter alone?
I'm pretty sure I saw 75 for one of the previous chapters. So if you're saying this is a longer chapter, 120 sounds...
We can go. This is your official record of your guess.
My guess.
We'll see at the end of the chapter.
All right, no, there's Nick, right? There's Nick and Rick. It's a little confusing.
Now that I see the number you've got right now is 130, I get the feeling I've misnoticed the fact that you had 75 in total, not 75 for a single chapter.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna stick to my number.
Yeah.
There's no
I'm
chance,
gonna
right?
stick to my embarrassingly large number, and hope chat let us know probably a much more sensible estimate.
Well, it was going off of your assumption that there were 75 before. That's totally understandable. So
I'm interested to see. Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna talk about Dream Hypers because you have a little bit more. Yeah, because you have an extra dash, you're able to do another gimmick with the Dream Blocks, which are doing a hyper right after you exit them. Oh,
And one of the things that I wanted to mention was just the cool gimmick of Summit. In addition to having the 2 dashes, each checkpoint we're basically going through all the different chapters that we already played. So it's kind of cool to basically kind of like play with these different mechanics with 2 dashes. It's like a good last chapter for any percent. We do have another chapter after this because there's more berries in the game.
it's almost like a gauntlet.
Yeah, it's awesome. Honestly, one of the more satisfying chapters.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are the Dream Hypers that Rick was talking about. It kind of gets used everywhere in Summit, a little bit less in Old Site where there were Dream Blocks before. Like you said, just because we have the extra dash to do stuff after we use the dash on the Hyper. There's gonna be a lot of cool stuff in this chapter. I guess this checkpoint. There's a demo here. But there's an even cooler thing in this room down here. We're actually gonna like phase through the dust bunnies in the floor because we actually touched the transition before the hazard. And then in this room, before the death check happens, we can slip out of the way.
Very nicely done.
It's like kind of messed up that people figured that out. I think it was Nero.
Yeah, that one's even more impressive because you're not even going in between the dust bunnies. You're pretty much just like actually phasing through it because you're reaching a transition before it.
It's another cool case of using buffers to set up the demo. And if I hit it, I might be able to do 3 in a row. Oh my god.
Nice. First try.
It looks so silly. Like, that's too many. Also, look at this
Dog.
This dust bunny in the middle. It's a dog.
We love the dog. It's the dog. The Brazilian Celeste community loves talking about the dog every single time he shows up. There are communities for different countries. Like if you're looking for resources and stuff from your own community, just try and look for them. The Brazilian Celeste community is amazing by itself, and they're everywhere.
And the only other one that I can think of right now is like there's also a pretty big French community, I think, with their own set of resources in French for learning the speedrun.
Here comes the ridge wind section again. This room you can do entirely without the block. It's fun because there's just a tiny gap where you can land on.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I keep wondering if that was intended. Yeah, I keep wondering if that was intended or not. I think the movement in this room is really cool too.
Oh, I did that completely wrong. But basically, this is actually one of the rooms that I spent a long time like running a brute forcer to like figure something out. because if you reach this crystal at a very specific spot, you can like maximize the window to make it over the final spinner, the little hazard at the top. And it's just kind of silly how I spent so much time increasing the window by like a frame, but it's kind of how it is sometimes.
Nice. And sometimes that's what it's about. If you haven't seen it yet, the Celeste task goes absolutely nuts.
I think definitely one of the coolest parts of like Celeste and like why it feels like such a good speed game to me. There's like so much variation in the movement, and that adds so much depth to, you know, like learning or labbing. There's just like so many things you can do. It's like so interesting to like look into and play.
Over in this section, there is a berry on the left side, but Eugene is not going to collect it yet because there's also a checkpoint on that side. So later on, they're going to go back to the checkpoint to finish collecting that berry. And adding on to what Eugene is saying, there's lots of risk and reward and so many things. Oh yeah, this skip is fun because it was intended by the devs to be able to skip entirely, because usually you have to like go back and collect that, like get a bubble and skip everything. But this one was not.
Yep.
I think that's very interesting.
So the berry side is actually slightly harder because the devs didn't intentionally make it like easily possible, but it's still like barely possible if you do it like a specific setup. And since I messed up the first time, I did a backup where you actually have so many different ways of doing, you know, just like the same strat. I think that's awesome. Like even for the most basic stuff, you can have options that make it like a bit more risky, but like saves a bit more time, or you know, maybe it's a bit more, I guess, more consistent for someone that might not be willing to take that risk. And coming to this room, this is the 2.5k orb room, and I actually want you to take a guess at how many berries there are here. Normally there's like 0 to 2. How many do you think there are?
I'm not giving an answer this time.
Okay, here's one. Quick, the room's gonna end. That's 2. Okay, it's 3. There's 3 berries in this room.
It is a lot because they're all at the end of it. It doesn't look like there's gonna be 3 there. They're all hidden too.
Holy.
Coming to the final part of Summit. This part is interesting because the wind is now going downwards. And this allows for some interesting shenanigans to happen as well. Again, if you're dashing against the wind, you can completely deny it.
Yeah, so one of the cool things we can do with downwind due to the order of operations is just based on how the game does like movement and then the actual death check. We can do a little thing called a spike jump, but like an actual spike jump, not like the ones that people refer to when you just like jump around a spike. This one you're literally like going in it. So here we can actually bonk off the ceiling, and that sets us up perfectly to just buffer a jump off the spikes there.
It looks really cool.
Yeah, normally setting stuff up like that is very precise, but the ceiling is very nice for us.
That works because of many complicated tech stuff regarding subpixels, and it just works, you know. What Eugene and the other runners do, it feels like magic, the way that they find these strats.
Also, something about updraft with the wind going upwards and you being more floaty. Basically, every movement mistake that you make, like landing optimizations, they're like amplified. So it feels so much worse when you like, you know, press jump for a frame too much. But this section doesn't last too long.
Yeah, running any game is about the tiny optimizations, but It's really noticeable in this section.
All right, the updraft is about to end soon, and on Flag 4, there's going to be a really cool double demo where there's a very specific setup that lets you basically just skip the entire loop around to get the berry. See if I can get this.
Here it is.
Nice.
Very nice.
So the setup is kind of like 4 frames at the peak of each of those things leading up to the first demo. And then you have to buffer, dash it back to the spring. You have a 7-frame window to basically buffer some dashes, and then you can make it through. So some strats, they can go like the setup starts way before you think. In Flag 1, so many runners spend so much time optimizing this. It's just a satisfying movement thing.
Yeah, even though these sections might seem pretty safe with no spikes in a casual run, they can go a little crazy when you're trying to do the tiniest things. And this is usually the end of the game.
Yeah, but we actually need to get 6 more berries. So there's the one that I skipped, and I'm going to go back for right now. And then there's 5 more in this chapter, which is what we need the 4 hearts for. Let me go back and get that.
Go get your berries.
Just a quick little detour. All right.
Very nice.
Okay, and now this is the final chapter.
The main mechanic of this chapter is that your dashes do not return to you. This is known as core mode. And there's going to be a heart barrier right now. This is why we were collecting the hearts for. To be able to unlock this level. So you need to spend your dashes very wisely because the only way of recovering them is by transitioning the screen or collecting these green crystals. There's a very cool skip coming right up. Usually you have to go through a whole section to change from hot to cold over here. But using a ton of speed from that core block, you can prepare yourself 2 rooms.
Nice.
Very nice first try. That skips a lot of time. I find it interesting that there's a theme that lots of these skips were intended when they were not requiring a berry. But when it requires a berry, there's just something crazier that you need to do usually.
Oh yeah, also just to note from the previous chapter, there's 47 berries. So a little bit less than 120, but it's also pretty substantial. 47 is so many for one chapter, but it is pretty long, so it makes sense.
Now you're going to see that there's these lanterns that change the environment from hot to cold, completely changing some of the mechanics in the chapter. What is fun is that you don't necessarily need to use these lanterns to go from screen to screen. So there's creative solutions to some of them, just like the first berry that we collected. Now this was the 174th berry. There's only 1 more berry left, but afterwards we still have to finish the level.
Yep. So now this is the last checkpoint. First is going to go up, and then we're going to go to the right. Yeah, see the next berry kind of soon, I think. No, I actually have no idea where the berry is.
Where is the berry? This section does go for pretty long. This room has been interesting because Eugene's going to be saving a dash until the end of the room, which makes it much harder, but still much faster. So you don't have to go back to that one. And here's the final berry of the run.
And then right after I collect this, I'm gonna finish the chapter. So that's 175. That's all of the red berries. But then once I reach the horizontal section of this, that's kind of the last little bit of the run. And after this point, there's going to be a cassette. Normally I have to collect that to get to the heart, but I'm actually going to do something a little bit precise and fast to basically fly all the way to the heart. And then once I collect the heart, that's going to be time. I'll let you know
In
when
my
the cool thing
opinion-
is coming.
In my opinion, one of the cooler shots of the run. It's a big finisher.
Yeah. And it's kind of spooky at the end of a run, doing a big chain of pause buffers. But it looks so cool. So basically, in the next room, after this huge feather room, there's going to be a lot of pausing. And I'll
Again,
give it a few
to make
seconds,
it
I don't
all-
get it immediately.
Yeah. It's very cool though, so watch this. Whoa.
And time.
Very good. First try that.
Awesome. Yeah, so basically you can build up a whole bunch of speed off of that core block and carry it all the way through, do some chained ultras, and you basically fly all the way to the heart. And let me take a look at the pie so we can look at the final in-game time. And I'll just use this time to we'll do a little outros.
Outros.
I guess first thing, thanks for having me on Hotfix. You can find me as Eugene on Twitch and YouTube. The main thing I've been doing on Twitch has been Silksong any % runs. They've been pretty fun. Currently, I'm switching to a faster route, and I'm getting pretty close to the top 5. So check that out if you're interested. Rick, anything you'd like to say?
Same thing for me. I also stream on Twitch. I play a ton of Celeste modded, and currently I've been playing more variety games. So you can also check me out over there. Thank you so much for having me, Eugene.
Thank you.
Fantastic. That was amazing. I've seen so many Celeste runs and no two are ever alike. And this one has just been amazing to see so much more of the game and all of the berries and it's given me an opportunity to make a complete fool of myself with trying to guess numbers. Thank you so much for showcasing this and bringing this to Fast Travel. It's been great. Is there anything else you want to say about the game, about the community? Now is your time. Now is your floor.
Yeah, for sure. Like I was saying earlier, the Celeste community is pretty welcoming and is very helpful for any newcomers. There's even a speedrun help channel where you can basically ask like a very specific question, and some nerd is going to come and explain it to you really nicely. So there's a lot of nice people that are willing to help. Lots of good resources, and it's really easy to get into the game. You finish the game casually, you're pretty much ready to do a run. And if you're a little bit spooked by some of the faster things that you were seeing today, there's a huge wide range of strat options. You can choose to do some safer stuff. You can go for more risky stuff, but basically you can kind of find your own play style and do whatever you want. That's kind of the big appeal with the moveset that you're given in Celeste. So definitely give it a try.
The Celeste community is one of the most welcoming I've ever been in. It's definitely, it's good to give it a try. I agree with that.
It's fantastic. Well, thank you both so much for being here tonight and for showcasing this amazing run and for finishing out our Canadian episode of Fast Travel. So thank you both. Chat, please give it up for Eugene. Make sure that you click on their name on Twitch. Go and give them a follow. Well, that is going to wrap up this Canadian episode of Fast Travel. We have journeyed to Toronto to take out the 7 Evil X's with Scott Pilgrim versus the World. We had some lovely food in the offices of Cook Serve Delicious, and we have conquered the mountain that is Celeste. Before we go, don't forget that, of course, if you do want to catch up on any of the shows, if you want to watch this episode back, this episode will go live on YouTube in about a week. So make sure that you're checking out youtube.com/games done quick. Obviously, if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe, turn on notifications to stay up to date with everything GDQ. That is me done for today. Stay tuned, though, because Amber Cyprian will be coming up soon with an episode of Passion Project, where I believe they have got an episode that is all about a speedrun marathon coming up fast-paced events. And I happen to know I'm also in that one as well. So yeah, thank you all very much for watching the show. We'll be back in a couple of weeks. We haven't quite got a destination charted yet. So make sure that you are keeping an eye on the GDQ Hotfix schedule and follow GDQ on Blue Sky so that you can find out straight away when we do announce exactly where we're going and who we're going to be visiting. And of course, what speedruns we're going to be watching.